This video is going to teach you how to align your Ratchet Pawl. The Ratchet Pawl controls this plate. This plate spins around as your capsules drop down out of the magazine. The main point is to align this pin with your ring so that it's guiding the capsules to fall into the center of the capsule ring. We want them to line up with these holes. This alignment is very simple. It's easier to do with 2 people, but you can do it with 1, and it'll take us 5 to 10 minutes. To start, we need to take off our magazine. So let's take these 2 thumb screws off of the top and make sure you don't have any capsules in the top here so you don't make a mess. Next, we need to remove these 2 size 14 hex head bolts. You can do that with a wrench or a socket. Once you do that, just remove the magazine and set it aside. Next, we're going to set the capsule ring on the machine and then rotate it clockwise till it stops moving the pin. You don't want to do this too quickly or slam it into the stopping point, as that can knock the machine out of alignment. Once that's locked into place, we're going to grab our index or orientation case alignment pins and check on the actual alignment of the capsule ring. These alignment pins are size specific, so make sure you're using the right ring with the right pins. They get placed at the back of the sorting block, lined up with the innermost and outermost bores on the capsule ring. You can see ours weren't perfectly aligned, so you do have to shift the disc back and forth a little bit till they fall and rest easily in the bores. If this isn't aligned correctly, you'll have problems with capsules not falling into the bores in the capsule ring, or potentially with separation as well. Next, we need to open up the back of the machine and look underneath to get to where we need to adjust the Ratchet Pawl assembly. We're looking directly below the capsule orientation case at the motor that attaches to the capsule orientation. At the bottom of this motor assembly is the Ratchet Pawl assembly that actually controls where the guide pin above guides the capsule ring. As you can see, this is attached to a shaft coming through the bottom of the motor and is attached with a couple of Allen head bolts. If we take a wrench, we can just remove these bolts and take it off. Once the Ratchet Pawl assembly is off, back above the machine we can see that the disc underneath the capsule ring moves freely. Leaving the alignment pins where they're at, you can set it to where it should be lined up perfectly. Once it is, the alignment pins will drop easily and without any resistance. You can see we lift them and let go a little bit and they fall right into the bores. Finally, we'll put the Ratchet Pawl assembly back together. You can take the Ratchet Pawl guide and put it back on the shaft underneath the machine. Make sure the bottom of the guide is flush with the bottom of the shaft, or you'll be pushing up into the bearing above it and restrict movement. Once you've got the guide back on the shaft and push the bolt up against the Ratchet Pawl so that it's locked in the correct position, you can tighten the bolts above that to make sure it's secure. Lastly, once everything is aligned, we'll come back above the machine and just make sure that your alignment below still matches up and that the pins are still moving smoothly. If they are, you can reassemble your magazine and get back to running. For more tutorials, check out our YouTube channel or go to tesequipmentsupplier.com.